Welcome to the NEC big game in round 10 of the Winfield Cup between Parramatta and Canterbury Bankstown, with this super contest today coming from a packed stadium here at Parramatta. The Eels lead the premiership on 16, Manly and South next on 14, and Canterbury just one behind on 13. And as the Blue and Golds run on for another home game at the stadium, it's significant that in winning all 4 home games, they've notched up 116 points for and only 20 against. Their team for today is Taylor, Atkins, Laurie, Ella, Growth, Kenny, Sterling, Price, Sharp, Wynn, Leabeater. Vince Carr comes in for Michael Mosley and Jeff Bugden. Well, today is Canterbury's first trip to the stadium. For the past 4 years, every time they've played the Eels in premiership matches, it's been on their home ground in Bulldog territory. Their team looks like this: Potter, Peter Mortimer, Farah, Chris Mortimer, Sandy Campbell, Hagan in for Sigsworth, Lamb, Langmack, Folkes, Gillespie, Tunks, Bugden and Dunn. And the man in charge is Mick Stone. So from left to right, it's Canterbury Bankstown in the first 40 minutes. Played by Ray Price. This is Vince Carr, the man who came into the hot seat at the last moment for Michael Mosley, suffering from food poisoning. Leabeater taken in a 4-man Canterbury tackle. No place for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. Price, young Bugden around the legs, Tunks over the top. Sterling, they tried to put some pressure on him, and they did. Potter now. And Sandy Campbell, very fast. Taylor making the tackle. Peter Mortimer. Carr in 25, 1 tackle, Win the other. Tunks has put it down. Fed out the back by Lamb, but the referee, Mick Stone, has ruled that it was knocked on. Played by Carr, who's played in 4 first-grade games. In 1985, they all were. Peter Wynn, Carr. Dunn takes him near the halfway line. Sharp. The plan was to centre the ball, and that's what they're doing. They'll probably come the blind on the next play. Here's Bugden. 5. Well, now, of course, they've got the kick in mind. Here's Sterling. And that kick is beautifully placed. I don't know that it'll reach the dead ball line. They're very deep here. Taylor's going through fast. Peter Mortimer pursued by Taylor and grabbed in goal. It's a line dropout, which brings something like 28,000 people to their feet. Give or take a few thousand that have come over from Canterbury for this match. There's the incident. Taylor gave a good chase, and Peter Mortimer was unable to make the goal line.
We could have no better example than that kick by Sterling, that if Parramatta are going to get away with this game, it's going to be through his kicking boot that they'll launch that platform.
Sterling won't be happy with Graham Atkins there. He took the ball, he called for a runner, but Atkins was 20 metres behind him. Here's Leabeater. The message is, let's get up and get at them on both sides. They're hitting very hard, the Canterbury forwards. Penalty against Canterbury inside the 5. And now an eruption back where play came to a halt. Leabeater's eye, we'll get a shot of Leabeater's right eye, but it has come up very quickly. And there were punches thrown. Vince Carr, he was like the meat in the sandwich. Here it is again. Let's see what happens. Leabeater let a shot go from behind on Gillespie. Leabeater has been the centre of a lot of Canterbury attention since the match got underway. I just got the feeling that they think there's a chink in his makeup. Talking of makeup, he'll need some too when if he's planning to make an on-camera appearance later. His right eye has come up very quickly. There it is on camera for you now. So Graham Atkins has got the chance to put first points on the board from 20 metres out. He's almost in front. Graham Atkins with a very easy kick. But I wonder, is there such a thing on a day like today? He's got this. Graham Atkins kicks the goal and Parramatta lead by 2 points to 0 in the early stages of the NEC big game.
Phil, what was the full story? From all reports, you were cleared at yesterday's training session.
Yeah, well, yesterday morning I ran and it felt pretty good, and then like late last night or yesterday afternoon the injury flared and my ankle swelled up, and as it turned out it was no good for today's game.
Oh, Kenny went for an intercept. It almost stuck in his hands. Sorry for coming across you, Graham. Apologies to Phil Sigsworth.
Well, I think Phil's heart goes back to where it should be. Phil, it also shows Canterbury's depth to bring a player like Michael Hagan.
Well, Michael Hagan's been playing very well. He's a fine youngster coming into the game, and there's no doubt Michael Hagan, I'm sure he'll have a good game today.
No difference with big match games like this one. It's going to be won or lost in the forwards.
Well, I think Canterbury have got the edge there in the front row. I think Peter Tunks and Paul Dunn there in the front row will be the deciding factor.
All right, thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Penalty to Canterbury. This will be the equaliser, one would think, 32 metres out right in front against the Parramatta markers. Terry Lamb, they can boo all they like. I don't think it's going to affect this young man. He's very great under pressure, and he's got it. He's got it. He's got plenty of football ability too. Parramatta Canterbury 2-2. You're watching the NEC big game. Played by Price on 5. Sterling decides to push the ball and Gross away from one. He got the pass inside for Kenny. Kenny inside for Taylor. Taylor inside for Sterling, and Sterling picks up the first try of this big clash between the Eels and the Bulldogs. I must say to you, I thought maybe, just maybe, the pass from Growth to Kenny was a shade forward. Allowing the fact that it wasn't forward, it's been a beautiful pass by Sterling to Growth. Growth got out of one. Langmack had him in the second. That was the ball I'm talking about. But Kenny to Taylor to Sterling. And let's look on the positive side. That was a magnificent pass from Peter Sterling. Straight on line for Atkins. And Parramatta lead by 8 points to 2 in the NEC big game from the stadium. I don't mind telling you that the Minister for Sport, Federal Minister John Brown, I think he led the cheering, he led the barrackers when Sterling went in for that try a short time back. In fact, there he is sitting up there next to the Chief of his Sports Commission, Ted Harris, but Canterbury come up with the ball.
John Mooney wouldn't have liked that at all. Taylor was under no pressure. He ran the ball out, but instead of sitting down in the tackle and giving his Parramatta players time to come back, he fought in the tackle and he conceded possession.
That's against Parramatta for stealing in the tackle. And this is an easy one for Terry Lamb. Stan Jerd sharing a seat in the crowd with Paul Mayers. I guess he's around there somewhere. It's been generally put forward that Canterbury are very weakened today without Kelly and Mortimer. Of course, you think about it, Jerd, Mayers and Cronin, they can play a bit themselves. Lamb now. He should get this one. Just off centre, 15 out. He's got it. 8 points to 4, the new scoreline. Parramatta leading Canterbury in the NEC big game. First round encounter. Taylor. Sterling. In the last minute of play in the first half, Potter goes back with Peter Mortimer. Away from Taylor, but not from Sterling. Farah. A couple of the bigger Canterbury players are just getting back on side now. So what I said about Parramatta's big men may well apply to a couple of Canterbury's as well. This is Tunks. And there's the siren. The end of the first half is coming right now. And so at half-time, it's Parramatta 8, Canterbury 4. A sideline comment from former Bulldog Graham Hughes.
Well, as I already mentioned, Parramatta territorially came up with trumps in that first half, but Canterbury certainly did start to finish stronger in the first spell of 40 minutes here as they've received a fairer share, a more equal share of possession.
It's time for history to be made. Just remarkable. Look at the contact.
That was absolute fabulous footy.
The 2022 season on Fox League starts now.
There's 100 grand up for grabs every week with the NRL's free-to-play game NRL Pick'em Weekly 4. Just pick the winning margin from 4 selected matches each round to win a share of the weekly major prize. Download the NRL Pick'em app today.
At Hungry Jack's drive-thru, we've got brekkie all wrapped up with Jack's Cafe's rich, velvety, smooth, better-tasting barista coffee, hot grilled toasties, new Jack's brekkie rolls, and crunchy hash browns. Brekkie is better at Hungry Jack's.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Because owning a home is a journey, you need Australia's most flexible home loan from CommBank.
Are you hungry? Or?
Don't sweep your weight under the rug. Get personalised clinical treatment for weight loss, all online. Mosh, men's health stuff made easy.
Introducing Jumpstart Activate by Light and Easy, the new complete approach to healthy weight loss and better health.
When we started on the Light and Easy Jumpstart, within the first month, we had already lost about 4 kilos.
Jumpstart Activate combines Light and Easy's delicious healthy meals with an optional free exercise app so you can achieve your goals sooner.
We've achieved the results that we've always wanted, and we are ever so grateful.
Jumpstart your success today. Visit lightandeasy.com.au.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Gogglebox is back
I'm putting my jelly down. I'm actually interested in this.
in the brand new season.
Don't let you know where that leads to.
This is drama-rama. Surely there's not a single dry eye out there.
I'd take a bullet for Mummy.
Would you actually?
Well, maybe in the legs somewhere, but not on the face.
TV that gives you
The drama.
This is full on, isn't it?
all the feels.
Oh, goody, goody.
Watch it Wednesdays. First on Lifestyle.
Wrap yourselves in. Let's go.
See what has Australia
This is extreme.
hooked.
Close your eyes.
All the moments from your favourite shows. The new season of Gogglebox begins Wednesday 7:30, first on Lifestyle.
The unbelievable true story of the worst naval disaster in U.S. history. Shark Terror, USS Indianapolis. Watch on demand.
Restart from Graham Atkins. Sees Paul Langmack come back to the 22. Mark Bugden. 126 tackles required of Canterbury in the first half. 92 Parramatta. Dunn with 19 led the Canterbury count. 13 Lee Beater led the Parramatta count. This is Farah now. Lamb. Breeze most definitely behind Canterbury now that it's swung around. There's Atkins. And with Parramatta with the ball inside their own 22, let's go to Graham Hughes. He's been able to manage an interview with Stan Jurd.
Stan, how'd you see that first half?
It's pretty even at the moment. We have had a lot of possession. But, you know, well, that's the name of the game. If you've got the ball, they can't score.
Well, it's always been touted as the game between arguably the competition's best attackers and the best defenders.
Well, that's right. At the moment, we're on the board. We've got more points than them, so if we can hold on the ball the second half, I think we're going to go pretty good.
Also a problem for Parramatta in that breeze has turned around behind the Bulldogs.
It's not that much of a breeze, but yeah, it's a big game. It shouldn't worry us that much.
How long are you out for, sir?
This week only.
Okay, good luck.
Now it's Langmack holding it back. Out it goes to Potter. This man is Farah. They've got the numbers. Farah gets a pass away, and Peter Mortimer strolls over for a try. Points all in the NEC big game. Canterbury throwing it around, players wrapping around, creating extras, and Peter Mortimer eventually was left unmarked as Eric Groth had gone in to take, I believe it was Paul Langmack.
The Parramatta defence has started this second half as it finished the first half. They're allowing Canterbury to stand in tackles, and here they paid the price, with Farah standing up, slipping the ball back onto Peter Mortimer, who went round to improve his position.
Try scorer Peter Mortimer. And 8 points all. Lamb's kick, he likes it, but it's just gone away at the last moment. 8 points all, the NEC big game of the year, locked. Parramatta and Canterbury. Try scorer, I'm not sure, I think it was Michael Potter. Let's have a look at the replay. There's no question that it's a try. Beautifully picked up by Terry Lamb on the half volley. Peter Mortimer went one way, then the other. Michael Potter it was who got the ball over. It's Peter Mortimer who scores the try. And there it is.
It up, but he was too late.
Andrew Farah capitalised on the work of Peter Tunks prior to him handling the ball. Let's wait and see this ball as it is touched in flight. I think it was Steve Eller, actually. And Peter Mortimer picks up what could well be the match-winning try. 2 tries to Peter Mortimer. Terry Lamb with a fairly simple kick. Only a slight angle. And he's got it. So Canterbury Bankstown now leads by the converted try margin, 14-8. Lamb, he got the kick in. That's the shot. 15 points to 8 in favour of the Bulldogs. Drop goal by Terry Lamb. 18 minutes of time remaining, 15-8, Canterbury leading. Potter, like the Michael Potter of old. In fact, this is the best play I've seen from Potter this year anyway, and certainly for a major part of last year as well. Peter Mortimer.
Potter has saved his best for this big occasion, but some of this Parramatta defence hasn't. It'll be a constant worry now for John Mooney because players are just not making tackles. Look, they're falling off time and time again.
Ball spread right across to Andrew Farah. Lamb. Taylor's got a problem with an arm. He's clutching at his right wrist. Penalty to Canterbury right in front of the uprights. So Lamb from right in front picks up another 2-pointer for Canterbury. 17-8 in favour of the Premiers. played by Langmack on his own 22. And Parramatta now most definitely looking down the barrel of their first defeat at their new home ground. Oh, that was a high tackle on Gillespie, and he has sent him off. It is Terry Leabeater. Price not impressed with the decision of the referee, and the referee had no hesitation in sending Terry Leabeater off. Changes, Graham Hughes.
Well, Graham Setri has gone out there for Parramatta in 23, replacing Jeff Bugden. Peter Ford, who was going to take the field in 21, was also going out as a replacement for Terry Leabeater, obviously brought back from the sideline. John Elias warming up for Canterbury Bankstown in 22, and he'll take the place of Peter Tunks.
Tackle of Leabeater's, to me, appeared it caught him with the hand. It was high. It was swinging, but I don't think you'll find that it was actually the forearm that made contact with David Gillespie. Turned inside nicely by Dunn, and outside it comes now. Chris Mortimer inside for Terry Lamb, over the top, touched by Parramatta. Hagan gets the ball away to Dunn. The referee didn't start the tackle count again.
This is looking ominous for Parramatta. Canterbury at the moment just too big and too strong.
Tunks 3 metres out from the Parramatta line. Bugden looking for a try that he's almost come to believe is his entitlement against Parramatta. Peter Tunks from dummy half has scored Canterbury's third try. Canterbury making that try anyway look all too easy. From dummy half, Tunks takes it across. Lamb's kick hits the upright. No goal. 21-8. 9 minutes to go. The NEC big game. Win to play it. Setri. I wonder what thoughts are flooding through the mind of John Mooney. Ray Price. Double movement. It'll be a penalty to Canterbury. It is. See it again. There's no question that it's a double movement. Price. What a great warrior he's been. He tackled everything in the first half that moved or looked like moving. Here he is, still working away, pumping away, trying to put some respectability back into the scoreline. Sterling, Kenny, long ball out to Taylor. But this Canterbury defence is hitting just as hard now as it was when this match opened. And now he's given a penalty to Parramatta. Taylor not very impressed with the treatment dealt out to him. Price is still trying to settle him.
The only thing that's keeping a bit of sanity in it is that leather ball. If there wasn't a ball there for them to concentrate on, they'd be at one another's throats.
By the same token, I repeat something I said earlier. I don't think there was any need for other than the on-field combatants to get involved in it. It seemed to be a war of officialdom leading up to what was going to be a packed house anyway. Graham Hughes, I'll come to you in a moment with Steve Mortimer as Ray Price bullocks for the line. Now Sterling and Gillespie are trading punches, and Gillespie is really working overtime on Sterling. Well, Gillespie walked past Taylor and had some more to say. Atkins. Inside the last 5, Ella. Taylor, Kenny, away from one, back to Setri. Taylor, Kenny, long ball to Sterling, they've got to score. Atkins gets the try that Parramatta's been working for the last 5 to 10 minutes. 21-12 the score. Graham Atkins, the try scorer. And maybe, I'm not suggesting for a moment that Parramatta has been unlucky here today, far from it. But there is an example of something Graham Hughes was suggesting to them a long, long time ago. You won't beat them up the middle. You've got to reach the extremities.
Parramatta always had the numbers here. It was just a case of shifting the ball out wide, a long pass over the top. Then Sterling finally drew and gave onto Atkins, and he did the rest and scored in the corner.
Graham Atkins to take the kick. A kick of little consequence, really. Let's go to the sidelines. Graham Hughes with the Archbishop of Canterbury, Steve Mortimer.
Steve, it's been a big performance in the second half, but I thought they won it in the first with their defence.
They certainly did, mate. They hung in there for the first half, and I knew we could come a lot stronger than Parramatta in the second half. And there's not an ounce of champion these bases. I think it's a strong kilo in each one of